We are Flake, Rose, and Spears, and we are supremely black, dropping content that matters. How y'all doing this week, fellas?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Can't complain. Can't complain at all. Sound like a record. I say that damn near every week, but hell, at this time is going on, man. Everybody healthy. Had a little decent week or whatnot. A little bit disappointed. Thought we had a house I wanted, the square footage I wanted, the amount of bedrooms I wanted, the whole nine, and it slipped through our fingertips somehow. I ain't gonna say it slipped through our fingertips. Just basically, they let us do all this whole process, and I already had somebody lined up, and basically called us back and was like, "Hey, we ain't gonna sell you the house, man. Why you let me go through it and draft up a whole contract and go to the house 3 or 4 times? How about you was the only ones that seen the house, but how we didn't get the house then? That's why I said on here about 2 or 3 weeks ago, this whole housing market, it'd be a dirty game sometimes, man. They ain't no joke. It'd be a whole dirty game. That's just part of it being a dirty game. But a little disappointed about that, but I ain't too bad off because, hell, I still got somewhere to stay. Kids gonna have a house for Christmas, even though it's our other house. But hell, some people out there that can't afford to pay their mortgage. I'm still able to pay mine, so I'm thankful for that. So that's why I say can't complain. Ain't too bad. Had a pretty productive week. And I started, man, nigga done got swole. I mean, didn't mean to say nigga, but I done got swole during this pandemic, dog. I done started cutting back all my eating. I looked up some running shoes. Well, I ain't gonna say running shoes to have me running like y'all, but I looked up some shoes so I can get my workout like I need to get it in. Cause trying to wear Air Maxes to the gym ain't what's popping no more. I got a little too old, man. Shins and knees be hurting and all that. So
He gonna say he done got a little swole, man. What you mean?
I get it. I got on that scale, dog. I was about pre-pandemic. During this pandemic, I done gained 20 pounds, dog. I done gained 20 pounds during this pandemic. I guess I didn't realize how much I was moving before the pandemic because I did a lot of running around and exercising, doing some of the other odd jobs I do was ended up being slick exercise also. And when everything gets shut down and you go from being out running around 4 or 5 times a week to once, yeah, dog, yeah, man. Yeah, I can't do it. I got clothes I can't even wear no more, dog. I gotta get back to my Jamaica size, brother. I can't get it. I read.
Yeah. That boy that went from Floyd to over there shaped like the clump. Yeah.
I gotta get my buddy love back, man.
Well, Lord have mercy. Nah, man, this D.Rose, man. I've been it's been a super cool week, man. Honestly, like I've been meditating, chilling, been cooking at the crib a lot this week, back on my budget and trying to close the year out strong. We're not getting into full training season, but we are doing 30 for 30, which is 30 miles in the month of November. So I'm gonna get back to that. I actually haven't ran at all since the half. I've been chilling, just get my mind and body back right. But everything's been cool, man. It's been a quiet week, so I'm gonna leave it as such and just keep pushing. How about you, Spirit? How's everything going?
My week been straight. Ain't much been going on over here, so I mean, my week been straight. Just work. Then, like you said, quiet week. Got a new book in the book club. We reading Boundaries, so doing that. Other than that, I've been like you. I just ran that one time when I did the trail run with them or whatnot. So I've only ran 4 miles this month so far, but I'm gonna make sure I get my 30 before the end of the month. But I just been recouping and resting and recuperating, taking some much needed time off. But I'm about to hit it and get back into it. And as to what Flake said, I'm about to get back in the gym and everything as well. I ain't been in the gym since I left Houston, so that's been a couple months now or whatnot. So I'm about to get back in the gym as well, get back on my push-up ab regimen. I'm back about to start boxing again and get into that as well. So that's about it. Just trying to keep my mind right. Just been basically smooth sailing this week. This week been straight smooth. So no complaints, no big things moving or happening. Just enjoying life and that's it. Enjoying the time we have. Looking forward to holidays coming up just because being amongst family, especially during this time, how 2020 being and whatnot. So just looking forward to getting some time with some family and a couple of days off here and there or whatnot, but that's about it.
I got you. I got you. You ain't put on no COVID-20, have you?
Oh no. I didn't actually lost weight, so I went from 235 to 228. So I didn't lost weight, but that's all that running we've been doing and stuff. But once we get back to well, not we. Once I get back to working back out and with the running, I'll probably be around the 230 range. Maybe I might drop just depending on how much extra cardio besides the running that we're doing that the boxing might make me sweat. But since it's about to get cooler,
Cool.
I
Yeah.
sweat as much as I would during the summer. So I'll probably be around the 230 range, stay around there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think because I know I got as low as 180, but I know for a fact in the winter months, I probably be at a consistent 190. Now, I don't know how that's going to feel running. I know that was heavy last time, but like you said, it's cooler. Your body ain't exerting as much energy, so it's true to be straight until you get close to that race in May. I don't know how it is in Dallas, and is it already hot by May?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, so that is the easy part for us to be when we start in January. But as we get towards the half marathon in Dallas, I'm pretty sure it'll be hot because I know Houston. I don't even think we have a winter for real. So, but it shouldn't be as bad though.
Yeah. So I guess I'll pop the conversation off with this. Congratulations to the Black Girl Magic, as we call it in society, but I'm gonna label it as the Black Queen Magic, and Kamala Harris being the Vice President elect. Uh, it was dope seeing her walk out before she did her speech and everything, walking out to Mary J. Blige, doing some stuff for the culture and whatnot. So that's a beautiful thing. It's also dope for my daughter to be my daughter who says she wants to be the first Black female president, and she's only 10, for her to see that a Black woman can be a vice president or a president. So I just want to give salutes to her, commend her for the achievement that she accomplished, and then also congratulate Joe Biden along the way. No matter how you feel about Trump, Biden, who's going to do what or whatnot, it's still something to, I guess, to salute him for going against the grain or going with the grain, depending on how you see it, and to still do something unprecedented by having somebody on your ticket that is a Black woman and putting her on your ticket. So I salute both of them for the accomplishment that they made, because no matter what he does, he allowed my daughter to see a Black woman be a vice president in America. And so I have to salute him for that. And then my real kudos go to Kamala Harris for the accomplishment she made. HBCU grad, a Soro, AKA Black queen woman, despite some of the things we may disagree with her in policies or her personal choices with her personal life or whatever the case may be, she's doing it for the culture, or she did it for the culture. And so we just want to salute her for that.
Yeah, big ups to the queen for that. One thing would change up about what you said. You said Joe Biden allowed her to. I don't think Joe Biden had a choice. They put their pressure on Joe. Joe, he had some pressure put on him that, hey, this should be your next person. I don't think he really wanted her to be, because she was burning him up when they was doing the debates. She was wearing them out. But I think the Black community put a lot of pressure and a lot of folks put a lot of pressure on Joe Biden to select us being a VP. You know, regardless of who you voted for, I'm just proud to see that a lot of folks did go out there and actually take their chance to vote and bring, you know, grandma with them and family members, this, that, and the other. It's your right to vote. I know some people feel, you know, different about voting, saying, well, it ain't gonna change nothing. That's the way you feel. That's the way you feel. However, just remember your ancestors went through a lot just to get their right to vote. Being attacked by dogs, pepper spray, water hose. If you do the research, you know, even after they approve for Black people to vote, when Black people showed up, they'll do things like how many jelly beans are in a jar for that person to be able to vote, or quote page XYZ from the Constitution for you to be able to vote. Things these people didn't even know. They would have to go through just for the right to vote. So if you don't think the president is going to really change too much in your life, just put this in mind. During that vote process, 5 states decriminalized or legalized marijuana. People I know could take advantage of that in the state I live in, where we don't have it. And it started to creep into the Bible Belt a little bit. Alabama did, as they decriminalized marijuana. So stuff like that be on the ballot that if you don't look up, you'll never know. You think you're going in for president, and it mess around and be 4 or 5 of the laws on there that could affect your state or affect you on a daily basis. That's all I got to say about it for right now until we move on to another part of it.
Yeah, shout out to Miss Kamala Harris. I think that was her walking out. I mentioned in our run group of how dope it was, because it was after seeing the previous president come out. It was definitely good to see some soul, to hear the music. It felt like I joked, it felt like I was cleaning up the house again on a Saturday or Sunday with my mama in there. So that was dope. And I just think that what she represents is huge for Black women in general, because as we've all stated before, they are severely overlooked. And I think this sets a huge standard for Black women, for one, to see her win it, but in the way she won it and the way she went about giving even her speech, because she spoke a lot about, you know, Black women and just women in general. I just think within this time, it was perfect timing for that. So I just think it's dope, and I really like what she represents in that space of, you know, as Chris said, Black Queen magic. So salute to her, and you know, congratulations.
And I just do want to touch on this. When I mean allowed, you know, he could have picked any Black woman to be his running mate. So again, I was just saying that he allowed her, or he chose her, because he could have picked Stacey Abrams, he could have picked somebody else, or whatever the case may be. So again, I don't care which Black woman he would have picked, but I am happy that there is a Black woman represented for us and in that seat for us or whatnot, because to be honest, that is unprecedented, but also we have seen in our lifetime some things that our parents or our grandparents or great grandparents would have never imagined seeing. And so it's an honor to know that we've had Barack, and now we got Miss Kamala Harris to do things that our ancestors fought for, died for, you know, went to bat for, boycotted for, protested for, and a plethora of things for us to get to this point in the world. And we still got a long ways to go. Nothing's perfect, and things are still being done that were done in those times of our forefathers and our great grands and everything, and ancestors. However, there is something that we can say they would be proud if they seen this moment, or if they're looking down from wherever they are and they could say, this is what we did this for. Like, it wasn't all for nothing. And so I just want to state that and elaborate that. we're not going to get into personal feelings about the election per se and how it went down, or who are we happy with the outcome or who won or whatnot, because again, that would be hearsay and speculation, and again, a little bit of a biasness according to our personal feelings and perspectives. But I do want to ask y'all, how do y'all feel about the current president saying he's not going to concede that he lost the vote or that he lost the election, and then throwing a lot of hearsay and speculation himself, saying that certain states and cities manipulated the system, cheated outright, allowed votes to come in after 7 o'clock, also got votes of dead people voting, and so on and so forth. And then also, I do want to say this with just so it's out there for our listeners, and just in case somebody has a different viewpoint than us or is opposed to what we're saying all of this without any documentation or correct proof of the hearsay and speculation that he's bringing forth. So how do y'all feel about him possibly not conceding and throwing around that it was basically a coup to get him out of office, and there was Republican votes that turned Democratic?
We knew this was coming. I mean, I knew it was coming. I've been knowing it was coming. He told us a few months ago he was going to do this. If anybody want to recall going back to 2016, he did the same thing when he thought he was losing. He started saying that it was rigged, and he even said then dead people votes was found, this, that, and the other, when he thought he was going to lose. However, when he came out to be a winner, all of a sudden, all that was swept under the rug. Like, he didn't want to talk about it anymore. But while he was down, that's what he was going with. That's what he was running with. That was fraud, this, that, and the other. And before I go any further, man, y'all be on the lookout for Stacey Abrams, man. She's gonna be wrecking. She's gonna be something to be reckoned with here in the future, man. She is a real deal. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, I'm not surprised at all. He told us a couple of months ago he was gonna do this. Matter of fact, I don't understand why everybody is surprised and rolling with what he's saying is being fraud, because the government told you 2 or 3 months ago, with the pandemic going on, this is how the process was going to go. It was going to go, the electronic votes will be counted first, and then we will move on to the mail-in ballots. And they said certain states can't even start counting mail-in ballots to the day of or the day after, or until they completely done counting the electronic votes. So my thing was like, hey, this ain't nothing new. They've been telling us this for some reason. People have forgot this what they said, and people have forgotten this what 45 said he was gonna do, and he played it smart. I ain't gonna lie, he played a good trick. He came out at the time he was losing and said, "I won the election. Y'all can stop counting." People ran with it. It was no point in the election where he was even winning. So he played a good trick by coming out and trying to fool certain people, saying, "I won," and then start saying this was all a setup, or dead people voting, or not all the votes are being counted, or votes are being tossed out. The thing that people forget is they have overseers from the Republican and Democratic Party in every site that they count votes at. So how was this even possible to happen when you got overseers sitting in there watching everybody, like the women on New Jack City in there counting the crack up for Nino Brown? Like, all thing is they ain't naked, but somebody in there watching every move they make. So I don't even understand how it's possible, or how we even hear, to be honest.
Honestly, it's funny, man. I mean, to Flake's point, I mean, what else did you expect? Now, the only thing that kind of stood out to me, and he made a valid point, was that when he said he did not understand how Biden had collected more votes than Obama. Now, when you look at those numbers, yes, more people are eligible to vote. Yes, more people probably came out to vote due to the foolishness that they've seen for the last 4 years, or however you perceived it as such. But that was shocking when I seen the numbers that he was more popular in the votes than Obama, because he just doesn't give me that like that. He doesn't just jump out to me that makes me like, oh yeah, I'm going to vote for him. So that was shocking. But outside of that, I mean, what you expect, man? Dude is pretty much living in like a reality TV show or WWE, however you want to look at it. He's just a great entertainer. His time is up, and I mean, you couldn't expect him to do anything different. But now, all this is going to be crazy if they do happen to come out and say, hold on, there was some fraud going on. Then I don't know what to expect then, because just throw the whole USA away. Just live your life. Because if he come out to be right, oh, man. Oh, we're never going to hear the end of that. Never. Yeah, so.
Well, this is. Do y'all remember Florida from some years back?
Oh,
they said
Florida,
this ain't nowhere
Florida's
near.
always questionable.
That's what I'm saying. They were saying this situation ain't nowhere near like Florida was, and we know Florida was a huge mess in that situation. And they was like, this is nowhere near that. Even a Republican lawyer that's high up, that's like over the electoral college or something. Even he was like, this is a waste of time. He was like, I don't even know why we're doing this. And he for him. And for him to even be like, this is a waste of time. And then your vice president done went on vacation. Like your boy was like, I'm not even cool with this. I'm going on vacation now. I'm out of here. Yeah, you got it. You got it.
The craziest thing that I seen though is Fox News cut them off when they was lying and saying that they cheated and everything. And Fox News like, I can't allow her to keep going. I can't allow this to go on if they don't have no basis or no ground to stand on. If they're saying that they cheated the democracy and everything, and so. For Fox News to do some shit like that, it got to be serious. So,
hey, I thought it was staged, bro, and I watched that clip 3 times just to see everybody's reaction. And when he said that, you could have, like it was a ghost walked in the room or something. Like the audacity for you to sit here and say this, like, bro. I said, boy, America has been exposing itself since that day, boy.
Heck yeah, but yeah, so. That's some good stuff there. Now, to touch on what you said, Rose, I think the reason why there was more people who voted because, well, first of all, this is the most people in the history of our nation that's ever came to the polls to vote. So that's one. But two. The reason why it's the most people in the history of our nation to ever come to the polls to vote is because of 45. I ain't even going. I think I slipped up and called him our current president right now. He ain't my president, so excuse me. I'm sorry. I slipped up. I just realized that too. I slipped up. I am sorry.
I thought we weren't going into feelings.
Right. Turn off. Turn
off.
My
fault.
But yeah, so 45 or whatever you want to call him, the orange man there, he's the reason why so many people came to the polls. And so I could see how more people voted for Biden than Obama, because at that time there were still a lot of people who wasn't into voting or didn't realize the importance of voting, or also didn't see this deliberate, whatever you want to call it, because there's so many things you could call it: discrimination, you could call it racism, you could call it ignorance, you could call it a whole bunch of different things that orange is doing. So again, I think that's why more people came and voted for Obama. Like you said, though, I do agree. Biden don't give me Obama vibes. He doesn't have the swag, the articulation, the presence and demeanor of an Obama. But hey, most white people don't got what black people got. So again, you can't be mad at that. It's just a thing. So uh
In this situation, man, you pretty much, if you voted that way, you voted for the team around that person. So the thing is that Biden got a solid team around him. So you didn't go. It wasn't too many people saying I'm just voting for him in general. It's more of I'm voting because it's a solid team surrounding this person. Um, and then, with him, you know, having Kamala Harris, and then you got Stacey Abrams that able to reach out to him and be in his ear. And when you got so many diverse people that's able to reach out to him and be in his ear, that's when people get thinking, okay, he got a solid team. If this is a chance for us to, as black folks, to get our hands involved, to get some changes done, regardless of how you feel about, Kamala's record or his record and the things he did with the 94 crime bill. I ain't taking up for him on the crime bill, but he wasn't the only person. Like, some other people had to sign off on this. Like, he wasn't the only one. I ain't giving him no slack on it, because it was some BS for sure. But on top of that, he ain't the only person that signed off on it. You know what I'm
Rose
saying?
hit that Scooby Doo face when you brought us to 94 crime bill.
No, it was hell. I mean, ain't no way around it. It was hell. It was hell for sure. He done came back and apologized for it.
Yeah.
And then, but I think when you get people that, so many diverse people, going back to what's the hand, if you got some diverse people around that person, you can change a person's mind and, maybe make some changes, things is going on, and, broaden the horizons and whatnot. The way Kamala Harris did with marijuana in California, pretty much decriminalizing that. Some people think that she's going to turn around and do it for all 50 states, going to try to make it happen for all 50 states or whatnot. I mean, let's see what happens. I mean, that's going to take some work. That ain't no one-turn deal, to be honest with you, if you think you're going to turn around all 50 states and decriminalizing marijuana. But shit, if you want to get your party on, you go to Oregon, because they done decriminalized every drug in America. Every hard drug has been decriminalized in Oregon. And guess what? It was voted on for those who don't believe in voting. Just saying.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just still shocking. So I guess we'll see how that turns out. I won't get into. I know you had said we're not gonna get into like the person, the personal views on it, but so I kind of let it be and see how it play out. But your question, what was your question, though, Spirit? Or you just made a statement?
Shoot. I think I just made a statement, but
Okay.
Yeah, he just made a statement. He just made a
Okay.
statement.
I just made a statement. But now my question would be how do y'all feel about our culture, our people saving the election? Because if you go back to it, Atlanta, Philadelphia, what else was it? Detroit.
Milwaukee too, right?
Yeah, Milwaukee might be one. And what's the one on the West Coast? Uh Arizona or whatnot.
Yeah.
And then there was one more, but that actually saved, the election, depending on how you look at it, and got President's orange body out of there. So how do y'all feel about, black people coming and being the saving grace once again, and they needing us to help them to actually hopefully get America moving in the right direction again?
I look at it this way. I'm really glad that we got out in numbers and had this much of an impact. So that does show that, in a sense that your vote does count. My only concern is that, well, not necessarily a concern, but I really just hope that it doesn't go in vain, and that the people that were willing to, go out and oppose, really risk besides the people that actually mailed it in, risking their health and possibly safety just due to some of the things that were going on at some of the polls. And we know how they go, across the South, basically in most of those places. But I really just hope it doesn't go in vain for the people that really put all of their faith in regards to elections and things like that, is because I've been hearing it a lot lately since Biden has been elected, is okay, hey, thank you, African-American people, for standing up for me. You always got my back. I just really hope that he realizes that it comes with a consequence for not delivering on your promises, because it's clear that you all have built your entire pretty much presidency off of the back of Black people. So if you do not push for the things that we really want change, I really hope that there is a reprimand for that, and not just using it as this cool cliche or, oh, you always got my back. But we haven't always felt that you've had ours, and that could be personal, so I won't go too deep into that. But show us. I don't want to hear it because it sounds like a lot of lip service. But for those people to be the one that brought you into the seat, what are you actually going to do that's going to change how we view things in a year from now, 2 years from now, the next 4 years, if you plan on getting reelected or however that goes? But don't just use it for, lip service. We've heard enough of that. Like, do something with it, since you want to beat on the table saying, Black people, you always, okay, come through just like that with that same enthusiasm for things that we actually need within our communities. And you good with me. If not, get his ass up out of there in a year or two. I could care less.
Yeah, he most definitely gonna have to keep that same energy. Like you get on stage and pretty much say that I need you to keep that same energy. And I think this time we always say it's important for Black people to vote, and we can really change the swing of things. Now this really proved it. Now it just seemed like it was just talk and guesses before, but this let it be known we can really swing it, because like Spears said, it was pretty much all major Black cities that came through and pretty much took over for an entire state. A lot of people look at the map and say, well, it's mostly red in here, but land don't win votes of the people. If you got Miami, they got, I don't know, 5-10 million people living there, but you got this one county over here that the whole county is only 50,000 people, and they all for red. Well, Miami's gonna outweigh it. Miami's gonna outweigh it. Philadelphia is gonna outweigh it. Pittsburgh is gonna outweigh it. Pittsburgh and Philadelphia pretty much won the whole state of Pennsylvania. Because Pennsylvania is pretty much spread out. It's a lot of country up there. So and when you get outside the city, the other cities ain't too large. So I mean, that's pretty much how it happened for them. But like I stated, if you gonna, if you know for sure that it was Black women, Black men, Hispanic women, Hispanic men, they pretty much carried the weight and you getting voted in, I need you to jump in there and make changes. I forgot who I listened to, and I forgot his name. Shoot, I wish I remember his name. But he said, I got a 100-day plan for when we get in office. Like, as soon as you get in office, I ain't got no, I got a 100-day plan where he needs to start immediately on some stuff that we need to get in line. So, we shouldn't be hesitating. We need to stay on their neck. Like I put on my Facebook post, no matter who in office, Black folks, we still got a lot of work to do, and that's for sure.
No, for sure. So, yeah. I don't really think there's anything else that that I want to touch on about that, because again, we still have a shit show to watch. We still got some things that's going to transpire and happen that we can't be too comfortable and say that it's over, or that it's for sure that Biden and Miss Harris is going to be in office, because is what you posted on our page today, Flake, about what Van Jones has stated. And so, there's a way that still to this day, and even if it's been conceded that Biden and Harris should be in office, that there's a way that you could still basically pull a coup constitutionally, because of loopholes, though, that Trump can still get a second term in office. So we can't be too satisfied, too happy, or too content where we are right now. We hope that somebody talks some sense to him, or he see the writing on the wall, and that he concedes like a normal human being, but he ain't normal. Like a regular human being, and walk out with dignity and grace. But he he hasn't he hasn't shown us none of that. So I mean, uh, as I say it, I'm just thinking in my head like, you sound stupid, because I mean, has he shown it? Has he ever? Like, so like I can't even, yeah, I can't even say nothing about that. But
It's
when
yeah, no, he just reminded me a lot.
Go ahead.
I think he froze up. But 45 just reminds me of when the bully finally get beat up. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah.
it. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh
like,
yeah.
all right,
I got sucker punched. They hit me with a
right,
brick.
right.
Yeah. 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 I
Y'all
mean,
jump.
yeah, I got jumped. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's gonna happen. I mean, that's what it kind of seemed like. But they even giving reports that his team has told him to concede. The first ladies even told him, just go ahead and concede and ride it out. And I think more people, to be honest with you, I think more people are upset because America run like a business, and you got to run in that lane of how they do politics. And once you
Mm-hmm.
start running outside of that process in the political world, then you get other politicians like, okay, you messing with my money now. You messing with my professionalism now. And you making me look bad where I might not have a job in politics after this. So other people are starting to get upset in the way he's doing things also. But yeah, I mean, it's just bitterness. There's no, I mean, I've been looking for the evidence, and each day when I look at CNN or Fox News for a minute, listen to one of those talk radio stations, there's still no proof of anything done wrong. I remember seeing a video where it was a news team there, and they was set up at a counting location, and they brought out the cameras, and people was claiming they was throwing away votes, and they was like, "This is camera equipment. Like, what are y'all talking about?"
Yeah.
But it be certain stuff like that people videotape and spread on social media that those are ballots being thrown out when this has nothing to even do with it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, like Spears talking about, Van Jones did come out today. Y'all can go on our page and research that. He did make a statement there was a way for him to extend this whole process and try to take it to Supreme Court on higher up. And we pretty much know the Republicans got the Senate and the House, and they can pretty much vote him in to still be president. So I believe it'll get blocked before all that happens.
Yeah.
I hope it get blocked for all that happens. Like you said, if it don't, we gonna like a food to every other country in the world. Because they look, whether they want to admit to it or not, they look up to America. And once the election was over with, all these different countries was inboxing Joe Biden and sending them tweets and congratulating them and this, that, and the other. And they looking, to work with us to get things going. So
Yeah.
it's already a shit. So, but what did people expect to have 2020 to end anyway?
Yep.
This season finale, baby.
Yep.
2021 out with a bang.
Yep. Yeah. Who was due to do the wrap up every year?
My fault for my connection issues. I don't know what happened.
No, you good.
That's all
Who
good.
do the wrap up every year with the rap song?
You got Uncle Murder and you got Mad Skills.
Yeah, Mad Skills.
Uncle Murder gonna have a lot to talk about this year, boy.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be about 15 minutes long.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. He got a lot to talk about this year, big fella. Lord have mercy. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, everything plays out accordingly and we get back to business as usual so we can see how it turns out. Give everybody a fair shake, and we'll save our comments so it's not considered as personal until we really get to start to see what's really going on, what's really changing, that type of thing. Yeah, Chris, but I don't know what you were saying before you cut out.
I was just saying about Stacey Abrams. I just ordered a book by called "Lead from the Outside: How to Build Your Future and Make Real Change." So I just copped the book by her, so I'm looking forward to reading that. So just when Flake mentioned Stacey Abrams and look out for her, so I was just saying I just copped the book by her. So that's all I was saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, if nobody else got anything else to say, I'm gonna get to the Black Business Minute, and then we're gonna get to the Supremely Black Person of the Week. So,
One thing before you go into it, one thing I forgot that he mentioned. Make sure, and I know I've been beating this horse for a while, but to be honest with you, and this is the reason why I do it, because nobody talk about the local elections. I need y'all to be just as hyped for local elections as you are for the presidential election. Reason being, once again, there are laws that go into those local elections that you can vote on that can change your everyday community. They can change your state, they can change your city, they can change your county. Like for instance, me being in Nashville, we got this whole thing that's going on about the housing taxes going up 30%. Player, it's gonna be a big deal if we go out and vote on this. Some people are not gonna be able to afford their mortgage if they go through. Right, people are not gonna be able to afford their mortgage if they go through. So that being said, please make sure you go out to your local elections. Your local elections are way more diverse than what's ever been in the White House. And you got to think about it. If you're going to vote these diverse people in your local elections, they can springboard them to being the mayor, to being the Senate of the House, to being a governor, to being a lot of things that you won't change. It starts at the local level, and the local level people affect your daily living than the president will. The president might affect one or two things in your life, but when it comes to local elections, man, they make a difference between, what your kids eat for lunch, if this road gonna get paid, if you gonna decriminalize marijuana or not, that makes a big difference. And so please, 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 I can't stress it. 2 years. In 2 years, we're gonna be back doing local. So you make sure you at the polls for the local, just like you was for this one. And that's all I gotta say to end on. Spirits, we can go ahead with the Black Business Minute and Supremely Black Person.
So for the Black Business Minute, we're doing Slim and Husky's Pizza. Shout out to my boys Clint and Demo. Slim and Huskies is a story of three friends with a mission to empower communities while using pizza as their vehicle to engage. It aims to offer quality food, employment opportunities, and community events as the company expands across the nation. Slim and Husky started off as a joke, of the three founders or the owners. One of them was Slim, two of them was Huskier. So the two who was Huskier, their parents had to, shop in the Husky section. So that's where they get Slim and Huskies from. Also, the all three Tennessee State graduates and alums. So shout out to TSU, the real TSU, Big Blue, go Big Blue. And again, Slim and Huskies is a pizzeria that is for the culture, by the culture, and it's all about, integrating pizzeria and craft beers or whatnot, along with the R&B and hip hop culture. And again, they're all about giving back in the community and also expanding across the nation in, diverse and economic areas that are strictly predominantly Black or people of color as well. So shout out to them boys. Again, Slim and Huskies is right now, the locations that they do currently have are in Nashville, Antioch, Memphis, and they have two in Nashville, one in Sacramento, California, and two in Atlanta. And I know before COVID, they was trying to expand to Houston. I don't know after COVID hit if that's going to slow them down from expanding to Houston, but just look out for big things from them guys again. And it's Slim and Huskies, spelled just how it sounds, SlimandHuskys.com if you want to check out their website. Again, they don't not only do pizza, they have merchandise. Again, their little motto is pizza over everything. And so again, support them boys, black owned, black businesses. And again, I personally know them, and so they're good brothers. They're dope brothers, and again, what they're doing is impressive. So just I want to give my kudos to them for doing what they're doing in the communities.
Yeah, salute to them. That's probably that is the best pizza I've ever had, honestly. And not just because who they are, but every time I come to the city, my partners already know we hitting Flaming Huskies. I got to.
Fire. Pizza be on flames. Yeah. Our supremely black person of the week is gonna go to the GOAT, the legend, Mr. Dave Chappelle, as he hosted Saturday Night Live this past week. And here lately, I think Mr. Chappelle is going away from telling as much comedy as being more of a truth seeker and truth teller from the eyes of a black man. And it's always smart and genius. He has a way with words and a way to put things where you can understand it and you can also feel it. You don't hear it, you listen it, and you also feel it. So kudos to Mr. Chappelle. He's also been doing this thing up in Ohio during this pandemic where he's been holding his comedy show each week up there. And so he's keeping comedians working. I thought I was going to get an invite, but he never hit me up. So maybe next time he hit me up and hang out there, tell some jokes. But he's been doing that as well. And I'm pretty sure he's going to work out the deal that had it released on Prime, Amazon Prime, or Showtime, HBO Max, or whatever. I'm sure he's going to work on the deal to get that done. As we know, he is a comedic legend. He's an actor as well. People thought he went crazy when he left that $50 million for the Chappelle Show. But the good thing is when you're persistent and you stay true to who you are and you continue to work hard, he done made that $50 million back and some on his way back. So our supremely black person of the week is one of the comedy legends, a person I look up to in the comedy game is Mr. Dave Chappelle.
Salute to him. Definitely salute to him. Yeah. He killed it. Was it Saturday Night Live?
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't even get a chance to watch it, and I'm mad about it.
Yeah, go back and YouTube, man. He came out legendary with the cigarette. You know, in New York, you can't even smoke inside buildings. He ain't get no fuck. He came out there with a cigarette in his hand. He did his little 12 to 15 minutes. And what's even funnier, after he did his 12, 15 minutes at the top of the show, his monologue, he done dropped the microphone and said good night, like the show over with.
Dude is hilarious, man.
Like, I know the only reason why y'all watching is me.
Yeah.
I've been blessed to see him in person and actually see him in person. So there are some people that I think you should see in person and watch him do his act on stage, and that is one of them. He's a comedic genius, and again, as you said, Flake, the content that he is dropping now, even though it's still funny, it's more intentional and purposeful into the plight and the upliftment of our people, and so he what you could call a political comedian.
Hey, you know what? I was just thinking that, like when you were saying it, because I've watched his latest work, and the humor is like a dark humor. This is really our life, and I'm telling you exactly how we feel about it, but this is how much y'all overlook it. But it's funny because it's not you, but look at our real reality. Yeah. And so it's just like, they don't know if they want to laugh or be like, oh, you're right, Dave. But laughing is like, we deal with it, so it's almost like, look at them. We laughing at their faces. Not even that it was a joke, but it's like oh yeah, you're right, Dave.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
He look like he might be moving toward Golly. Huh? Yeah, I can't. Why I can't think of his name? He a whole legend.
Oh, yes, sir. Dick Gregory.
Oh,
Dick Gregory.
Yeah, Dick
It
Gregory.
looked like he moving toward Dick Gregory. That's what like is where he moving toward. To be honest,
Yeah.
that's where he
You
look like.
pay for your thoughts.
Yeah.
See, that's your problem.
Yeah, that's where like he going Dick Gregory. But yeah, his content is great. I mean, just a goat, man. He's a goat out here.
Yeah, that's what Dick did. He built his up off of, just the humor of it, and as he started to get a little older and got wiser, he just flipped the script. And at that particular point, your platform is so big, you can't be stopped. And then you're only gonna side with other people that have that. He had a warrior-like mindset. I don't know if Dave is gonna be like that, but if you listen
No,
to,
I don't think
yeah,
he didn't go that
go
hard.
that deep, yeah. But Dick Gregory was a different man. I mean, he was iconic in what he did, but his thought process was way different. And the only reason why it was funny is because everybody got like an uncle or granddaddy that's like that. So it's like to see it in a form like, oh, you used to be a comedian, but yeah, that was it. But yeah, shout out to Dave, man, legend, living legend.
Buckshot, kill shot.
Yeah. Close it out, Flizzy.
Yeah, find my queens out there, put your crown on, tip that thing to the side, and let them know you are a queen. A special shout out to the AKAs in the White House. For all my kings out there, put your crown on, tip that thing to the side. Let them know you are a king. You are not 3/5 of anything. We are Supremely Black Podcast. Thank y'all. We out.